Hi everyone, it's Bonita from Pennies to Dollars, and today I thought we would talk about when it is best to start Swedish death cleaning. And if you do not know what Swedish death cleaning is, it is a type of cleaning that they do in Sweden to try to prepare for when they pass away, and they try to downsize so that the generations after them do not have to clean up their lifetime of belongings. So it's seen as a loving thing to do for your children and for your friends and family that would have to clean up all of your belongings afterwards when it's already an emotional time. And so I have started this a couple of years ago, not knowing it was called Swedish Death Cleaning, but just knowing I wanted to downsize and prepare for retirement. And so a lot of people do that for retirement purposes and downsizing and maybe even moving. And a lot of people just realize, hey, I have way too much stuff and I don't want to leave this for everyone to clean up. So we're going to talk about when it is a good time and maybe some signs that you will see that it's a good time to do that. I always suggest that you start probably by 50, because I have realized that even from 50 to 55, a lot of times your health situation changes and it gets a lot more difficult to try to squat, bend, lift, all of these things. It's very difficult to try to do all of this stuff if you have a lot of things to move and go through and sort. It gets to be an issue when you're trying to figure out what to get rid of. And so I have found that since you're doing this as a loving thing for your family to not have to clean up after you, don't look at it as what to get rid of. Look at it as what should I keep? What should I keep that is going to be useful to me for the rest of my life? I mean, not in a morbid way, but for the rest of my life. Am I still going to need all of these things that I kept when my kids were small? Am I always going to need any of these extra things that I had when I had a big family? And so I have noticed some of the signs as I look back, and hindsight is 2020. So I'm trying to share some of this with you. But I have noticed some signs that I missed, that I should have started Swedish death cleaning earlier. And one of these signs is my oldest son would come home and he would say, "Mom, when are you going to get rid of this stuff? Mom, you need to get rid of some of this stuff. What are you going to do with all of this stuff?" And he would say that when he came home, and he never did it in a not kind way, because my son is a very kind, generous, loving person. But he always would ask me that. And now that I look back, he was probably thinking, I'm going to have to clean this up. Do something with this, would you please? And so I wish I would have caught on to that sooner, but this had become such a way of life to me to just have this stuff and not think anything about it. It's just the way it was. I didn't even question the fact that we had stuff stored everywhere. It was just the way of life. And then your adult kids stop staying over or stop spending the night. And it's not because they don't want to be there. It's because your back bedroom is full and they cannot get in it to sleep in there. So they start staying at their in-laws, or they start staying in a hotel because you don't have room for them. You literally don't have room for them. Are your cabinets full? Are your closets full? Do you have hallways that are stacked? Do you have stairways that have stuff stacked? Do you have shelves that are covered? And maybe you're an empty nester now. Why do we need all this stuff? We have just forgotten that we don't need all this stuff. We had all of this stuff when we had a big family, but we don't need it anymore. And we've forgotten that we don't need it anymore. So as you go around your house today, look for stuff that needs your attention. Is it clutter? Decide what to keep. Decide what you want to keep moving forward. When are you going to deal with it? When are you going to enjoy the results of having a clutter-free home? None of us are getting any younger. And we don't want to leave it for our kids. So the way I look at it is, if not now, when? When are you going to deal with it? Are you going to wait until you can't physically deal with it anymore and then it's too late? That happens to a lot of people. Do you think there's going to be time left to do it? So if not now, when? So I hope this helps you, and maybe you can learn from some of the tips that I missed. Have a great day.